Hi and welcome to today's video where hopefully I can cascade from my experience, expertise, and knowledge to help you be a better informed business leader in taking decisions with minimum risks and simplicity about where you're heading and how you will get there, help you pivot and reinvent yourself as needed, attract, keep, motivate, and empower people around you, help you even find a sweet spot that will keep most stakeholders happy with your performance and management style, lead the way into new horizons with elegant simplicity, but not forgetting your competitive advantage, and make sure you focus on this. And last but not least, increase efficiency, profitability, and productivity without stepping over dead bodies. Now, let's deep dive into today's topic. Hi, folks, and welcome for part two on a topic of building a CV that will generate interviews, that will get people to call you for a interview, for a conversation in which to explore how you would fit within a certain role, organization, for a certain mandate or mission, depending on what you're interested. And we already covered why we're keeping this as a two-pager format, but just to recap on that, time is of essence for everyone, especially at the executive level. So we need to let those folks quickly understand what are we good at, what did we do, and what we can do moving forward for them within the organization. And now that we covered, the format, the experience, the intro, the keywords, the language levels, and the education, we try to let's say go towards an area where we discuss about our achievements so far, right? So if we look in the past 10 years, if we look in the past 20 years or 30 years, it depends on your experience. What do you think are the most important achievements that you had so far? And also point out there's some hints why were they considered important for you, or why do you consider them to be achievements? Okay, so I start my second page with achievements because after people understood what was my experience, they probably went to my website to look granular of my job responsibilities and even the mission that I had over there. And now they're trying to realize, how do we put this into numbers? Okay, maybe there were some roles which pointed out that you had to manage 250 employees. Maybe there were others in which you pointed out that you had to manage 5 countries. There was some tangible value over there, some numerical value that helps someone put a label on your experience. But I try to keep it, let's say, 5 to 7 bullet points. Also, I don't think I have 5 yet, so I've just ended up with 4 over here. So I think an achievement so far is having 2 personal financial investments and 2 personal businesses that have tested me from different angles, have helped me understand entrepreneurs. What does it take to sacrifice let's say investments from close friends, or how people will not open doors to help you start a business, or how someone that you've relied on is no longer answering your calls, how hard it is to get finance without having any track record or financial record there for a new entity. How important it is to make sure that money keeps on coming, cash flow problems. There are a lot of things and a lot of, let's say, business humbleness that you learn by starting a business or running a business. It doesn't have to be a big business. If you want to open a popcorn stand in a park that has a high traffic and with cotton candy over there, you're going to make some money, and you might make it over the weekend also, but it will help open your eyes of radical differences that exist when you only have been employed or had a public sector function, or you're trying to have a side hustle in trying to do a small business, grow it, maybe transition from your current job within that business, and the brutal lessons out there of the private sector, of the competition, of taxes, of managing money, of thinking in advance towards expenses, of paying employees, motivating someone to stay with you and be loyal, and growing a business that would make others interested in associating with you. So I don't think that there's a better college from my point of view that will educate you from a business management and investment management and reading people management and crisis management than starting your own business. As I said, it doesn't have to be big. It can be something small, as I gave the example with the popcorn and cotton candy. Or let's say you're gonna clean cars and do car detailing over the weekends. Maybe there's a market for that. Maybe you'll come to realize fast that you can get a few folks with you, train them, and you're gonna dominate that market. These are just some ideas, but being an entrepreneur, testing the entrepreneur waters can make you appreciate some of the de facto things that you've had a chance and they were to experience, and they were offered and provided for you. So it will also be a very good humbleness test in making you see what you haven't seen before, realize what you have not realized before, and be better equipped even to do your job or to occupy a new role. So for me, it was a very good investment in my personal, financial, and entrepreneurial education to start these businesses. I love these businesses because they have been a dream of mine for quite a while, and I think they're representative of me. Of having people around me at a within a certain community, drinking a coffee, holding seminars, having lectures over there, having training sessions over there, cascading my knowledge. So these businesses have created an environment for me to be able to continue with this social educational mission that I have, being a teacher at core. Okay. Then, when I talk about achievements, for me, I do consider an achievement overseeing multiple geographies at this level because of the differences in legislation, fiscality, accountability, labor legislation, people's mentality, people's lifestyle, cultural factors. So having multiple geographies to oversee and run, for me, I think it's an achievement worthy to be mentioned over here. And this is especially, backing up what I've added as a flags, the representative flags over there in my experience column in my first page. Now, it's also important to speak about money. And when I mean money, I mean financial responsibility that you had over there. It's one thing to manage customers that represent $10,000 per year for a certain business. It's another thing to manage 10 million, 15 million in multiple geographies, and to point out that you had profit and loss responsibility, and that you had responsibility to influence the gross contribution over there, the gross margin, improve the EBITDA percentage of a company. So this means that this actually shows that you have sales skills, account management skills, you have operational skills, and last but not least, you also have financial and legal skills, right? You've been involved into contracts, negotiations, price making, and also cost optimization decisions, whether you came with initiatives or you've participated over here. I think this, again, it's an achievement worthy to mention. And the fourth one, in my case at least, is about managing many employees in not only different geographies, but in different working styles and modes. and and also about attrition in general. I think attrition is a factor that is not necessarily correctly considered by companies. This rate of churn, this rate of people leaving, this rate of people talking with their feet and just migrating without you not making a diagnosis of what do I need to change in my company culture, package, or mentality so that people would stay, is a big red flag. So when I see attrition going over 25%, especially in certain industries, I think that there's a problem with the company culture over there. So being able to keep that under 25%, I think it's an achievement, considering that I know which are the pitfalls, the challenges, the problems that can occur in certain industries. So I consider this an achievement. And again, if I were to look at this at a future company, I would realize if I want to be there or not be there, because if there's a certain percentage much higher than what I have experienced, I come to realize that that company doesn't really care about folks. They only maybe care about lowest price and thinks that everybody can be replaceable. Okay? So that's it about achievements so far. I think it's important for you guys to point them out there. Depending on your age, on your career path point, it can vary. I'm just giving you some examples over here in my case. And I think it's important to point out there's something that it's mentionable and it means something to you. It has helped you grow. It has helped you become a different person, a better person, hopefully. And it has challenged you from so many ways to stimulate your creativity and, be able to create something that you didn't think about yourself that was possible before. So that's what I'm trying to communicate through this achievements column over here on the beginning of the second page of my CV. Okay, now talking about my vision and my mission being present, what do I do now, and vision, where do I see myself in the future? So my mission, my present, my purpose is to help you, business or entrepreneur, get from point A to point B where you actually can be and want to be. And this is by rolling my sleeves and getting in the dirt, in the trenches with you, by being your seasoned and savvy brother in arms. So I'm not gonna be there as any consultant that's just gonna talk and give you advice and tell you what does the book say. I'm gonna go deep dive into the trenches with you and see what works and not works. And I'm gonna test my own theory and see if it's applicable or not. So I'm here to not let you confront this alone, help you navigate through it and be hopefully a fountain of solutions and inspiration to deal with problems in getting you closer to your goal. So that's my mission. This is what I'm focusing to do right now, whether it's a BPO company, an IT company, education, whatever it is, this is what I want to do. Help businesses and entrepreneurs get from point A to point B where they actually can and want to be. My vision talks about my goal, my future goal, where do I see myself? So I see myself as being a captain that will ensure smooth sailing between the unplanned, unexpected, and unwelcome events, business events that you will have to face with your business. Okay, these are inevitable. This will happen. It's just a matter of time. They dress many forms, but I want to be that coach in your corner, in your boxing corner over there, that's gonna tell you a few things within the round break that will make a tactical, strategical, pivotal, disruptive difference in the end when you're gonna go back into the fight. So this is where I'm heading towards long term, and this is what I mean about my vision. Now, I also tried to add a column over here about me from two different angles, talking about a hands-on role, deep dive role, the muddy roles within the trenches as an interim general manager, and also about the role of a management consultant in underlying the fact that in the past year I've been working with IT, BPO, manufacturing, hospitality, and private education businesses to help them deal with this unplanned, unexpected, and unwelcome events that they had to face. And as a transition or interim general manager, my role was to bring a set of skills that was not normally present in that organization, helping bridge capability and capacity gaps that will lead to increased revenues, stronger operating performance, and improved financial results. I also underline here that I infuse my experience during a critical and limited transition period to assure long-term viability, and I'm gonna exit when things are going better and in the right direction. Okay, so I'm your partner to deep dive into these problems. And of course, I am trying to underline over here that we need some tangible measures. We need to see revenue rising, cost decreasing. We need to see better processes through our operations. We need to see financial results improving and being validated. We need to see better customer satisfaction, client sentiment, many more. We can measure these under the form of KPIs. And I'm closing this CV with a mention of, again, reminding the geographies in which I am used to work with. I have experience and maybe I can help over there, especially if you're a business trying to operate in multiple markets and thinking of joining other markets. Giving you the contact details to get in touch with me over here, and also inviting you to watch a video about my strengths and weaknesses, because I think this is a very honest invitation for you to realize what do I see as my strengths and not what necessarily I consider as my weaknesses, because we all have weaknesses, but what I have identified as missing in my case that will help me take my game to the next level if mitigated or removed. So I guess this is just me inviting you to see a radiography, an X-ray over here of whom you're gonna be working with, and to know what's expected from them by the way they see their pluses and minuses. Now, I hope this episode will be helpful for you in building a CV that will generate many invitations to interviews and potential jobs, roles, deals. But you can take some of the principles over here and migrate them even in a letter of intention towards, from one business to another, for example, or an invitation towards a partnership. So I guess what I'm inviting you guys is to let me know in a comment, in an email, how did this went for you guys, and if you've seen some positive results, and if I can help you in any other way, just let me know, ping me, and we'll explore together. Thank you.